If you have ever ran a guild before, you're probably going to agree with most of this. If you haven't ran a guild before, or you've never managed people in a large group setting where they're not really just your friends, and if you post on Reddit a lot, you're going to think this is terrible. What makes a community work game wide, like World of Warcraft, or maybe more specific, like a guild? Well, people are people everywhere you go, and this applies a little extra in the bad ways for gaming communities. I don't know why. Maybe it's due to the anonymity or the shorter average duration of relationships. Who knows? But here are some things that everyone should be able to agree on, unless you're fucking delusional. People are self-serving. You are self-serving too, and so are your friends. Communities serve an audience of individuals. Even this channel does that. It definitely doesn't serve Redditors unless they want to get fucking angry at me, which a lot of people in the comments do, which is hilarious. And also, value must be created, or your channel, your guild, your online live service video game business, or whatever the hell else you're involved in, it will explode. Well, maybe that's not true if you work for the government, I guess. But you get me. Generally, things need to create value to survive. But this isn't all doom and gloom or a bad thing at all, really. It's just, it's really taboo to talk about because everyone likes to imagine themselves as this kind, generous little angel while contributing nothing to charity or really doing actually altruistic things. I don't really think just about anybody does altruistic things. It's fucking hilarious. Now, back to World of Warcraft. How does a guild or some other form of small-scale online community survive? By creating value for the audience, the collective, whatever you want to say. There's a lot of ways you can do this. One of them is that you have a culture, and there's some things about a guild's culture that make that culture more valuable. One is that it's easy to understand. What would that mean? Somebody joins your guild and they instantly know what the rules of engagement are. They can tell how members are going to interact with each other. They know a clear idea of how they're going to integrate with the group and start receiving the benefits of that, rather that means preferential treatment for loot as, I guess, opposed to like a brand new member, or how they're going to get into raids, not have to be on the bench as much. There's an idea of how the interactions between members or with the leadership's going to be, how conflict's going to get resolved. Here's an example of this that is true in a lot of mega guilds. If you raid in a mega guild that does GDKP on Classic Era, there's probably a 50% chance that if you join the guild and read guild chat for an hour, you're going to see people saying racist shit in guild chat. What's that going to signal to you as a new member? You are allowed to be racist here. That is super fucking cool and hilarious, guys. Like, you get me? That's a example of, if you join a guild, you can get a clear idea of the culture right away. If people are saying certain things in guild chat, you're going to have an idea. Or if you see people offering to help each other, saying like, I'm bored, anyone wants to do a dungeon, and you think that some of the members engaging with each other don't know each other very well, and if this happens all the time and you're a new person, you'll be like, oh, people come together and get to know each other in this group a lot. There's a lot of ways that could be, but I think a really good example is really just the joining a crazy online racist community. You'd instantaneously know if a community is racist, and it's a very popular thing in World of Warcraft. Kind of shitty. Now, what else besides having some obvious things about the culture can make a community more valuable? Receiving things, or the kinds of group experiences you can get. It could be raiding, like the quality of the raids, which raids they do, what times they happen at, how loot works. I think that this is actually kind of a silly one. In my opinion, loot, the statistics on the items don't matter a whole lot. It's mostly about maybe the looks, and then the bigger thing is there's psychic rewards received from getting things that other people don't have. In Loot Council, it could be that when you get a piece given to you by whoever's the decision maker or the decision makers, it gives you kind of insights how they might think about you. I mean, it's just totally a projection, but it feels good. And then maybe on the farther end from just like the raid experience and the loot, being in a group kind of gives you free time back, because now you don't need to worry about pugging. So if the group's really well organized, the raiding experience for you might have very little delay at the start. So like, you show up at a certain time and very quickly your group begins pulling. Stuff like that. It's pure value. There's other elements too you can think of, like risk reduction when it comes to a guild or some online community providing you value. One of them could be, is this group going to survive? Because if it doesn't, then you're going to have to do the search all over again. It kind of sucks looking for a guild and trying to integrate into one. If you've been in a few guilds because you just were trying to find the right place, you could very easily have this experience. You talk to some recruiter or a guild master and they tell you they have raid time A and raid time B, and you're like, oh, time A works great for me, and you join, and they don't really have any slots, and you're kind of waffling around trying to sign up for raids. They won't let you in. They're incentivized to just kind of like waste your fucking time because they really haven't put that much into you, and maybe you're just going to go to B anyways. You're thinking you can only make raid time A. Eventually you leave, or you join a guild. It seems pretty cool. The raids are good. People say jokes that make you uncomfortable. Oh, fuck this. You got to find something else. Or maybe you find some other guild. They're very high performing. They let you into the raids at the particular times, but then they have like PTR sessions, or they have random mandatory off days. Things that make it so that way you will not survive in that guild long term, or maybe the guild won't survive long term at all. Another one could be, do you think you can make friends in the group easily? If you're joining a guild, probably you want to integrate with the community. You don't want to just raid log and not talk to anybody. Sometimes, this is an example of guilds, in my opinion, you don't want to join. You see some trade chat posts, and it's like, we have a dedicated core of people who've been playing together for 6 years. Would you like to join us? Like, dude, fucking, that makes me feel like you're not going to want to team up with me at all. You already got all your fucking boys. You're in your own private little Discord. You're not trying to hang out and make friends. Like, no thank you. And another one could be, will the community just hand you friends? For example, if you join a guild like Big PvP, I'm just guessing, but on Night Slayer, I bet you if you join the guild Big PvP and you like PvPing a lot and you want to do battlegrounds, basically being in that guild is going to make you friends for fucking free, because you're going to be like, who wants to do Warsong? And some people are going to join and they're going to take it seriously, and you're going to get in Discord. It's like, bam, free friends, or that Ironforge guild, they're like kind of LARPy. I think they're all dwarfs. Like, yeah, you fucking join a guild like that, like almost for sure, if you just think about it rationally at all, it's going to just hand you friends for free. Whereas if you join a leveling guild, probably not. If you join a super duper sweaty guild, it depends. Maybe they only care about raid performance and they don't actually fucking hang out. It's like, it's possible, but it's not guaranteed. So how can you fuck all this up as a guild leader? What can you do to make your guild hell on earth and have a very low chance of succeeding? Now, here are some of my favorites. You can make people hate you. You can make people hate the raids. You can make people feel like their time is wasted. And this is my favorite out of all of them. You can make people feel stupid for trusting you. This is possible even if you're a nice guy. And boy, if you appear to be nice but make bad decisions, you can really torture your boys for a long, long time. What are some decisions you can fuck up really bad? You can be corrupt with the loot. You can even make good decisions with the loot, but have things not go the way you're going to say. This could be an example. Maybe it makes a lot of sense to give your main tank the Onslaught Girdle first, right? I mean, it could just make a lot of sense. But if you promise it to some DPS player first, and then you don't deliver on that promise, you make that guy question how they see you. They have to question how they see you. That's fucked up. Same thing with sitting people. You can tell someone they're definitely going to be in the raid and then sit them. Ooh, fun stuff. They showed up all excited. You told them they were totally in, and then they get, no, sorry, my bad, we overfilled. Like, fuck, man. Or you can just have a shitty attitude of people. You can act cool with them one-on-one, try to get what you want out of them, get them to show up to your raids, and then maybe yell at them when they fuck up, which is not going to make them play better, so it's really stupid. It'd be one thing if you could yell at somebody to get them to stop doing something stupid in the moment. That could make sense, but if somebody's already fucked up, just teeing off on them in Discord doesn't really do anything, and everybody knows that. Oh, there are so many ways you can fuck your guild up and fuck your community up. And how would Redditors say you can get around these problems? Well, here's one. Promote 1 million officers. Now all the shitty decisions, they're not yours alone. You can share the criticism. Hell, maybe even you can just blame other people all the time. I didn't make that decision, guys. Oh, it's the fucking loot council. Oh, I agree with you, man, but your class lead just sees it this way, and it's his call. Whew. So, great excuses. You can also do things like proclaim the raids are casual. If you dare dislike 3-hour BWLs, you're a sweaty virgin. How dare you? You take this game way too seriously. That's another one. You can claim the game isn't serious. All the time you spend here, it's It's all a waste and none of it matters. So how could you ever feel like the guild or anybody in it is wasting your time? It's already toast, dude. So it doesn't matter at all. And back to my favorite one, getting people to feel stupid for trusting you. Just leave all the decisions up to fate. That's a good one. Instead of making decisions, just fucking roll everything. Rotate the shitty stuff between people evenly all the time, even if they're not all equally valuable to the guild. You know, like here's one, we're gonna rotate everyone evenly and we're gonna randomly decide who sits first. Just basically ways to not make any decisions at all. Be a chill guy. And then now you can tell yourself that when people are unhappy, they're being unreasonable. But the thing is, none of this stuff actually works. Rolling won't make people magically accept loot distribution. Rotating won't make everyone okay with sitting for a raid or two, especially people who contribute more effort to their class in the guild. Those motherfuckers should be in the raid more. Duh. Avoiding responsibility won't make people feel as if you, the leader guy, are not responsible. Saying all time is wasted isn't going to make people feel better about their experience if they feel like they are wasting their time. And, you know, calling your raids casual, putting arbitrary labels on your raids won't make people magically feel better about how they're going. There's guilds all the time. They're semi-hardcore. They have a fucked up raid. Someone's like, guys, we should stop fucking up. And then some dumbass officer, guild leader, raider's like, guys, we're fucking semi-hardcore. It's okay that we're fucking retarded. Come on. Like, and having officers so you can blame them, not a substitute at all for making good decisions. And this kind of shit, for some reason, it's really popular, I think, for a lot of people. They think that, for example, having things be obviously not corrupt is some guiding principle in managing people and making decisions. So you'll see people saying things like, why do pug raid leaders reserve items? It's not fair. We're all showing up to the raid, which shows a fundamental lack of understanding of how much effort you have to put in to put a group together. Or I saw a post today where somebody was asking, hey, I'm trying to make a brand new guild. Can I get some advice? And they're asking on Reddit. This is a ludicrous location to ask for running guild advice. And one of the top posts was, well, you know, when you're starting out, if you have to pug, I think it's cringe if you hard reserve any loot. And this guy responded, he's like, yeah, my conscience won't let me hard reserve any loot, even if I'm running a group for a pug. Okay, if you're in a guild and your guild leader decides to be a fucking spineless pussy and not hard reserve any loot, and then you get to see like fucking bindings or an OSG or whatever else, go to some fucking random, 0 DPS simply because they got a better value in the random number generator, is that going to really make you happy? People will tell themselves, yeah, you know, that'll make me happy. And then they'll be in a guild and they'll see pugs get loot over and over again and obviously never show up anymore because why would they? And then they'll be upset about it. But in the abstract, they'll think that these kinds of things won't bug them. No, dude, no. People join guilds to get loot, consistent raid times, and a sense of community. You get more sense of community when the boys get more value. Like hard reserving loot and giving it to your boys, not only does it literally give them loot, which they want, it also makes them feel like they're more of the in crowd. And the out crowd is people who are literally not in your fucking guild, so fuck them. Who cares at all, you know? Maybe a bad example of this would be a lot of guilds, they like to have like a member rank, and then they like to have a members that I like more rank, like a veteran rank. That's a bad way to have the in-crowd thing. You know, it's like, me and you, we hang out on Discord more, so I'm going to give you a guild rank that lets everybody else know that I like you more than them. Like, fuck! Which is also a thing I've seen people recommend that you have in guilds. Like, you can give a reward for having a longer tenure. It's just absolutely goofy stuff. Everyone acts on incentives. And when you're talking about the game at large, this shit is true too. Like, I will see people complain about boosters charging gold. I've seen that before. And they're like, well, they should just boost for free, or you shouldn't be allowed to charge gold for things. Bro, you literally farm shit to sell it on the auction house. It's not like you're fucking playing Amish style and you're going and picking your own fucking Black Lotuses and making your own flask. Like, come the fuck on. Everybody wants to get a return on their time. But there's this notion that players who do things that are smart are playing greedy. or that players who want to play with like-minded individuals are gatekeepers. There's so many of these low IQ takes all over the place in World of Warcraft. I don't know if I'd say it's upsetting because I don't have to run into them at all because I just play with like a bunch of like-minded people, and I'm not I try to avoid pugs. Like, oh my god, any of you motherfuckers, if you're in the guild and you ask me to do a fucking goddamn dungeon with pugs, no, fucking no. Fill the group of fucking guildies. God damn it, I did a fucking Skullomance like a few days ago with one of you fucks and like 3 pugs, and it was I mean, fine, we didn't wipe. Ugh, man, just stupid shit all the fucking time. Strangers are a pain in the ass. If you out there, you listener, if you also think that strangers can be a fucking pain in the ass, maybe your guild's a pain in the ass, maybe they give loot out randomly or to the wrong people, or they're just not very nice to you, and you like raiding at 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, hit me up. I need fucking DPS players. I could probably use some other shit too, but yeah, hit me up in Discord. It's Jake from Tree. Thanks for listening. If you're a Redditor and this video made you mad, let me know how mad it made you so I can try to troll you back in the comments and farm you for fucking engagement, you cocksucker. Bye, guys.